Can someone tell me why this chicken sandwich, an order of French fries, and this drink, look at it, literally the size of my hand, okay, this is a small drink, was $17.59. Shake Shack, like this, that tastes like it came out of a machine, one of those stupid freestyle machines that has 17,000 flavors in it. It sure isn't for the branding on the bag, because there is none. Okay, I guess the presentation and eating it in your car is kind of cute, but not $17 cute. Like, what, and the $17, I'm sure there's a reason, right? Like, there has to be a reason why Shake Shack was just $17.
So I really think we're entering the era of the end of fast food, because with the prices nowadays, who's going to continue to justify being able to eat food that you already know is not good for you and also pay a lot for it?
Domino's Pizza is closing 250 plus locations and filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Wendy's is closing 300 to 600 locations in 2026. Popeye's Chicken is closing 136 plus locations and also filing bankruptcy, mostly in Florida and Georgia. Papa John's is closing over 300 locations in 2026. Denny's is closing over 150 locations in 2026. Red Lobster is closing over 100 locations in 2026. Red Robin is closing 70 plus locations in 2026. Pizza Hut is closing 250 locations in the US in 2026. Smoky Bones is closing 120 locations in 2026. It brings me absolutely no joy to bring you this information. However, it is the real facts of what is going on in the US economy in 2026. Please don't spend any money. Please plan your spending, do a budget.
I literally got 3 things from Taco Bell and it was like $15 and something. Like a medium, not even a large Dr. Pepper and 2 cheesy gordita crunches is $15? I'm sorry, what?
I haven't been to KFC in a minute, and I'm sure many of you as well, especially with the high prices at many of these fast food restaurants these days. But one individual found that out for himself. He wanted to get his family a 16-piece chicken meal. And when he took one look at the price, he immediately was in disbelief. Take a look at this video for yourself. Have a look at this.
Yeah, she done lost that damn mind.
Watch. $55. $55 for a 16-piece meal. I've paused it and zoomed in on it for you. Take a look at that. $55.19 for fast food, Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you didn't get a chance to look at the rest of the menu because he panned so fast, take a look for a 12-piece, that's $43. An 8-piece, $33. And for tenders, $33.29, 12-piece, $43.19, and as you see, $55.19. So basically, in a nutshell, a bucket of chicken at KFC is over $50. Who can afford to eat this stuff? You might as well go to a restaurant if you're going to spend $50. I mean, think about it. The average household, $55.19 for 16 pieces of chicken is just totally insane.
Do you know what pisses me off? Back in 2005, this $20 bill could buy you 11 Crunchwrap Supremes from Taco Bell. Do you know how many you could buy now in 2025 with this $20 bill? Let me show you. Only two. This entire stack right here cost me $84 with tax. Can someone please tell me how this is possible?
Fast food chain Wendy's says it's planning to close hundreds of restaurants as it suffers a business downturn. The fast food giant says it's shutting down about 5 to 6% of its U.S. chain locations, equating to around 240 to 360 store closures. Wendy's says the move comes following an 11% drop in sales domestically and a 10% drop in global sales in the fourth quarter.
I predict that tons of fast food and restaurant places are going to go out of business before they figure it out. What am I talking about? The fact that it's so damn much money to go out to eat right now that people just aren't doing it anymore. And if they do it, they're going to places that have actually gotten it. What do I mean by gotten it? Okay, so I can go to In-N-Out for half the price of every other fast food place, and the food is better. I can go to Chili's, BJ's, or Red Lobster and get a meal for lunch for under 20 bucks or happy hour $5 margaritas. Or you can't go to McDonald's or Chipotle for under 20 bucks now. Yeah, if you hit the dollar menu, you use the app and you do the little tricks and stuff. Me and my son went to Chipotle the other day. The video's everywhere. It was $52.64 for the two of us to get 2 bowls and 2 drinks. Like, these people have lost their minds. A lot of these fast food places and a lot of these sit-down places. Like Denny's, me and my son went to Denny's to have breakfast. It's a Denny's. It was over $62 for the two of us to have coffee and our breakfast. And I was like, what the hell did we eat?
We have to talk about these McDonald's prices. I went to McDonald's today just to get some lunch. No intention to film a video. I got a double cheeseburger. I like it without ketchup. I think it's one of the best things on the menu at McDonald's. But the price caught me so off guard. This thing right here is $4.19. And I remember probably in high school, one of these was like $1, I think, before the McDouble was even invented. And I'm in Colorado. I don't know if that's why. I don't know if it's more expensive out here. But this thing right here for $4.19 is crazy. And don't get me wrong, I love these things. I get them all the time. I've been eating them for years. But $4.19 is too much. Now, to be fair, it is buy one, get one for $1. So $5.19 for 2 of these, which is still crazy. I don't know how McDonald's went from being the best value in food, not even just fast food, to now you can get 2 of these for essentially the price of like a Little Caesars pizza. You can feed a whole family, or you can get 2 double cheeseburgers. That's insane.
Times are crazy, you guys. I just want to share that my frequently gotten meal at Jimmy John's, it's usually like $12, something around $12. Today was $14.28 for the exact same thing. That's crazy. Somebody do that math actually, because that percentage, I don't know how to do that, but that seems like an insane price increase. Am I wrong?
I'm actually flabbergasted right now, so it's kind of my fault. I didn't prepare well before work and I'm hungry and I don't want to faint, so I went to McDonald's to get myself a quick bite. Tell me how one Egg McMuffin is $5.99 for just the Egg McMuffin. No drink, no hash browns. $5.99 for one Egg McMuffin. I got this sausage burrito for like $3 just as an alternative. I cannot justify $5.99 for an Egg McMuffin. Like that, I think doubled the cost. I get it, inflation, shit like that, but like it's fast food. Bring down the ego.
We got 5 Guys for dinner because health. I had an Oreo shake. 5 Guys is absolutely outrageously expensive. $70 for 2 burgers, 2 shakes, and fries. God, the bag is all steamy, probably because of the fries. Look at that. Which one do you think looks bigger?
You got a single?
Yeah. Kind of look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Both,
I feel like
I love how they just like put all the fries in here on top of this.
Okay, so I actually just left a drive-thru without buying anything because I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken and I said, I'll just take some chicken tenders. And they're like, okay, there's like a 4 or 6, whatever. I was gonna get, I think it was 6 chicken tenders, and they're like, that will be $20. And I was like, I didn't even get fries or a drink, literally just chicken tenders. And I was like, that is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, I'm so sorry, but I can't do that. That's bonkers. So I had to say, no thank you, I think I'll just starve today. I'm gonna actually go get a taco at Taco Bell because it's not $20 for one taco. I know that. I was like, for a few chicken tenders is $20 with no sides, no drink at a drive-thru? That's bonkers. What's the most expensive fast food that you've bought lately?
I'm officially too poor for KFC. I am making pulled pork sandwiches for dinner tonight, and my family wanted coleslaw, specifically the coleslaw from KFC. So after I left the grocery store, I went to KFC and I ordered 3 sides of coleslaw and a kid's chicken nugget meal because I was hungry. I hadn't eaten all day. 3 sides of coleslaw and a kid's meal was, guess how much? Oh wait, just guess. $36. $36 for 3 sides of coleslaw and a chicken nugget kids meal. Like, what is this world coming to? I don't even understand how they can justify charging so much for coleslaw and 5 of the tiniest chicken nuggets I have ever seen in my life. Like, I'll show you. Like, just look at that. That is the tiniest little nuggets I have ever seen in my life. And then I got like a half order of fries. It was the smallest kids meal I've ever seen. Cold fries. I didn't get my drink. I didn't even realize that I didn't get my drink because it was supposed to be a Capri Sun. I didn't even realize I didn't get it until like I'd already driven away, and it's just a Capri Sun, so like whatever. But you're charging $36 and you're not.
Terrible news for Long Islanders today as the final Hooters in Farmingdale, New York closes its doors for good.
Denny's is one of my favorite places to eat. There's only one left around and they're closing soon.
Okay, this one feels personal. Jack in the Box
doors for good. Hooters of Farmingdale, New York was an iconic location since 2013. But as of today, you can no longer eat at Hooters in Long Island, New York. From the incredible wait staff to the delicious food, I always had a great time coming here. Now you can no longer eat at Hooters. You got to go to Queens, you got to go to New Jersey, you got to go elsewhere. Long Islanders, where are we going to go now? This closure really came as a surprise as they posted on their Instagram that they had to make the difficult decision to close. It's really sad, and I'm really upset they didn't announce a final day, as I would have loved to have come here for one final meal. Where are you gonna go now? We just saw Buffalo Wild Wings close in Hicksville, New York, and it seems like these types of establishments are closing left and right on Long Island. So what do we think? Sad to see this place go, or was Hooters a sign of the times?
Denny's is one of my favorite places to eat. There's only one left around and they're closing soon, so let's go eat some Denny's. There's not many left in North Carolina already anyways. Most of the time we are literally the only ones here, and we're the only ones here today too. Red is not happy about them closing. I've already drank almost half of it, but this sweet cream caramel cold brew is so good. They said they're under new ownership. They're not really making a lot of money, so they're probably going to close within the next 30 days.
Okay, this one feels personal. Jack in the Box is officially closing dozens of locations. With even more possibly shutting down by 2026, we're talking like up to 200. It's the usual rising costs, lower sales. But let's be real, this was the late night, nothing else is open spot. So are we really losing a fast food classic, or is Jack in the Box already fallen off? What's the one thing that you would miss the most?
Wendy's is about to close hundreds of restaurants, and I can't say that I'm too shocked. The quality of their food has just gone way down in the last few years. I used to love their salads and their chicken nuggets, and now I can't even stomach their food. And I kind of knew they were getting a little bit desperate when they added that Takis meal. I'm still not understanding why these big corporations even thought that people were going to pay for this slop in the first place. Every few years they change their suppliers, so it's changing the recipes gradually, and they're taking out the things that people originally liked about the restaurants in the first place. Now, keep in mind, there are multiple big chains that are going to be closing hundreds of locations this year. And we need to be very mindful of this, because when a lot of restaurants start closing, it is a sign of an economic downturn. Right before the big recession of '09, a lot of big restaurants and chains also started closing their locations before the financial crisis actually hit. And it was about a year from these restaurant closings that we really saw what was going on with the economy. Now, if we take the same pattern and use it to estimate how long it could potentially be for us to experience a recession, the estimate would be about 12 to 18 months if preventative measures aren't put in place beforehand. And this is just an observation based off of past trends. This is going to have a trickle-down effect on the economy, regardless of whether I like the quality of the food or not. Mass closures are an echo of history, and they often precede a big economic downturn.
Pizza Hut is closing more restaurants, and I'll tell you about it on this Fast Food Minute. Now, you've probably heard about Pizza Hut. It used to be a full-service pizza chain. People stopped going to that full-service chain, prompting the company to shift to only takeout and delivery, and now people want the full-service chain back. Yum Brands, which also owns KFC and Taco Bell, is trying to sell Pizza Hut because the brand has struggled off and on for years. On Wednesday, the company announced plans to close 250 locations in the U.S. early this year, out of just more than 6,000. It is also planning to invest in marketing as part of an agreement with franchisees who apparently agreed to changes in their franchise agreements, though exactly what those changes are, we do not know yet.
Unfortunately, another fast food chain is closing down and going bankrupt. This time it's Popeye's Chicken. In this post above, this was Wendy's closing 300 locations. So Popeye's is closing over 100 locations, and these places are going bankrupt.
And tariffs are losing its cushion.
So Chipotle is raising their prices again. And apparently the CEO of Chipotle is saying, if you're broke, then Chipotle is not the place for you. I mean, that's what he's saying in so many words. Basically, he's saying that their core customer base, 60% of their core customer base are people who make over $100,000 a year. Yeah. So basically, they're saying that the majority of their customers, 60%, make over $100,000 a year. Therefore, they won't mind the 1% to 2% price increase because they can basically afford it. And those are the people they are targeting for as their core audience regarding their new price increase. So basically, if you're broke, Chipotle is not the spot for you. Do not go to Chipotle. Their core customers are at $100,000 a year. They're confident that they can lean into that group a more meaningful way.
Have you noticed it feels like fast food isn't for normal people anymore? Turns out that's by design. And companies are straight up telling us now. Chipotle confirmed it earlier this week when they said they're going to keep raising prices and focus on users who make $100,000 or more. They don't need the average customer if they can attract people who don't even look at the price. The unfortunate truth here, if you feel like fast food doesn't make sense now, it's because it's not designed for us anymore.
Have these fast food restaurants lost their damn minds? We're out running errands, door dashing, doing some things today. We pull into Burger King and I get a junior Whopper. My husband gets a Whopper. Why is just a Whopper, not the meal, just a Whopper, $9? I can go to a damn restaurant, get a better quality hamburger with french fries for probably $9.99. Why the hell is anybody eating at fast food restaurants right now? I mean, we don't eat out at fast food restaurants very often, so I had no idea that a Whopper was $9 by itself. By itself! Never again. We will not be coming back to Burger King. $9 for a flippin' Whopper. That's just insane.
$150? Eating out is getting way too expensive. Cass and I went to a restaurant the other day. We got an entree apiece, an appetizer that we shared, in one glass of wine. It was $150 with tip. I don't know about you guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I'm sick of the food tasting like it's microwaved. And I'm also sick of bad drinks. You know how many times I've gotten a bad drink that I'm like, I'm just going to eat this. The food quality's not good, the service is trash, and the drinks aren't good, but I'm still paying top-notch prices. I remember back in my day, when you went out to eat and you ordered a $25 plate of food, it was worth $25. I feel like just American dining is just dying.
Who's with me that going out to eat in 2026 has seriously lost its luster? Just the other day, I posted about how I've really scaled back on going out to eat and how I had planned for this month, I had planned to go to a coffee place, a pretty new coffee place near me, and a Korean spot for a dish I was really, really excited to get. Well, I got the Korean dish yesterday and it sucked. It didn't suck, but how I felt sucked because it really was a letdown. The food was fine, and it was the kind of place where you place your order at a kiosk, like an iPad, and they call you, so it's basically like a fast casual experience. And while I did enjoy the food and it was tasty and probably not something I really could prepare at home without buying a lot of ingredients I don't keep on hand, at the end, for myself and my husband, it was $40. And again, we had no wait staff, which meant we didn't have a tip. But still, like, I just found myself saying at the end, this was good, but was it $40 good? And the answer was no. I'm honestly thinking I need to cut back even further and not set foot in a restaurant unless I know it's going to be like a stellar experience.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I just went to a fast food restaurant and I wasn't even looking at the price or anything. I just like ordered a whatever from Burger King, and it was like $20. I mean, what the heck? Things are too expensive. I'm not eating at these places anymore. They're too darn expensive. It used to be fast and cheap, and now it's just semi-fast and definitely
friendly and generous treatment of guests. Nowhere in the definition does it say argue back, get upset, roll your eyes, or post their receipt on your social media platform because you did not like the tip they gave you. And before anybody gets defensive, yes, customers can be impossible. Some of them should have went to therapy instead of out to dinner. I totally get it, and it's true. So matching their energy, that's not your job. You're not getting a trophy for fighting back with a customer because they gave you an attitude and you're matching their energy. That's not hospitality. That's not how this works. And then tip shaming. Going on your social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, putting up a receipt that a person left you $5 on a $100 bill. What is that shit? Real quick, let me make it clear. Tips are not mandatory. It's not a law. It's not a rule that you have to tip, just so you know. So if you're consistently getting shitty tips, maybe it's time to look in the mirror and figure out why. You are the front line of the restaurant, the face. You are the architect of the evening. Your very next move changes the entire atmosphere and mindset of that evening.
How do restaurant tip outs work, and why is the tipping system broken in the US? There's lots of controversy around this, so I'll try not to be biased. So, with the basics, you as a guest come in, you order food, let's say it's a $100 meal. Standard is you tip 20% to the server. Easy enough, right? 20% of the bill tipped. The issue is what goes behind the scenes of that. So, as a server, servers tip out a percentage of their food sales, not their tips. What that means is that servers will then tip other positions, like the bartender and bussers are pretty standard. However, sometimes servers also tip out the hosts and the cooks a percentage. Usually it's about 2 to 3% per position, so we'll chalk that all up to about 12%. And this is a very distinct difference in why the system is broken. It's a 12% of their food sales, not 12% of their tips earned. So to use the example of your $100 meal, if you order $100 of food and you tip the server nothing, if you stiff them, the server actually pays money to other positions for your food. So a $100 meal, $3 goes to the bartender, $3 goes to the cooks, $3 goes to whoever, right? So they're paying out of their own pocket now because you didn't tip them anything, and they're now having a tip off of the sales they generated.
Bartenders and servers make the most money. Welcome to part 4 of why the restaurant business is broken. One thing that never made sense to me was the pay structure of any restaurant I've ever worked at. All the chefs and cooks always got paid less than the front of house employees that didn't have to go to school to learn how to sell food. I think everyone can agree bartenders and servers make the most money of any position, while everyone in the kitchen all made the least amount of money. Even the managers made less money than the front of house staff.
Good afternoon, Super Bowl Sunday. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. However, I was sitting here. I want to share something with you guys. I got a stat that's going to blow your fucking mind. I keep hearing that McDonald's is struggling, Chipotle, everybody's losing on the restaurant side. So I ran a quick Grok search. I asked, what is the food cost and labor cost increase? And she spit out 35% on both. Okay, and then I asked from what time period? From 2019, labor cost has risen 35% and food costs has risen 34 to 36% on the producer side. Grocery store food costs is about 29%. So if you're a restaurant and you're asking yourself, why aren't people going out? Simple. They can't afford it. Nobody can afford to eat out anymore. So you've got to get to value. What are they supposed to do? Because as a consumer, how can you justify going and getting a $5 hamburger from just a couple years ago to a $15 hamburger? You think you're getting robbed, but really you're not, because that's the increase in labor and the increase in food cost. Now we've got beef going through the roof again. The new screwworm epidemic's getting ready to hit.